In this episode of The Russell Brown Show, I'm going to talk about content-aware fill. Now, there are two ways to do this here inside of Photoshop CS5. You can fill a selected region, or you can paint in the area with a special brush. In this first example, I've got a photograph here from a great friend of mine, Randy Keppel. Now, I'm going to take this photograph and we're going to rotate it because Randy took it at a strange angle and the client really wanted to see this in the correct positioning with the horizontal line passing through it here. So we're going to do a rotation. It's a common thing done. So we're going to do a transform on this layer. Command T on the Macintosh or Control T on the PC. Check it out. I'm going to rotate it just like this. Okay, until it looks right. But how many times have you come across this situation where you rotate something and you have these areas here all the way around that you need to fill with the clone tool? You need to take the time to clone those in, and it takes time, and do you always get it to look right? No. Check it out though. I'm going to hold down my Command key on the Macintosh or my Control key on the PC and click on this image in the Layers tabbed panel. What does that do? It makes a selection of the transparency. I'm going to invert this transparency right here, inverse. Okay, what do I have selected? I have the transparent area selected. Those are the areas that I want to fill with this new feature. However, I do know that I want to adjust these slightly. So I'm going to modify the selection and expand it. I'm going to expand it by 10 pixels into it. What is my secret ingredient here? Why 10 pixels? Just go in far enough so that there's an overlap between the two. As you can see here, 10 pixels is working well for this particular resolution. Okay, content-aware fill. Let's go right into the easiest keyboard shortcut. The Shift key and the Delete key always brings up content-aware fill, just like this, as one of your fill features. It's, of course, right here. If I click on it, you can fill with any of your foreground, background colors, or history and patterns. But content-aware fill, this is new in CS5. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, check this out. I'm going to click OK. La da 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 da. Let's go to lunch. Let's have fun. Okay. Do I have to work hard? What? Let's go ahead and hide these selections right over here under. Let's deselect right here. So check it out. I've filled in the areas, Command Z. Let's go back in time. So there's before and here's after. I've gone in and I've grown the vegetation into those corners. It's really, really amazing how it's done that. Now, could I have done that with the clone tool? Yes, but not quite as accurately. And it wouldn't have grown like real vegetation because this technology is out of this world cool. So there's problem number one solved. How to get rid of those transparent areas that you just want to fill with the surrounding texture. Problem number two. Let's go over to this wire removal. How many times do you have this great photo, but you need to get rid of these wires? Now, the second feature available with content-aware fill, of course, down here with the spot healing brush, right over here is content-aware fill with this brush. So you can fill it or you can paint it. Now, I've got these lines set up here all the way around. I could go through and I could try and paint over these lines one by one to try and remove them. Looks pretty good. Looks like it worked. But here's the tip and technique of the day. Let's go over here to my Paths panel right here, because I drew a path along all of these lines. I went in with my pen tool, of course, and you can see here, I've gone in and I've drawn a pen path right along those edges, right along all of those paths that I want to remove, because here's a tip and technique that's really great. You may have forgotten this one. Select the tool, the brush tool that you want to work with. Select a path, make sure you have them all selected. I'm simply clicking on the wire path that I've created here. Select the tool, select the brush size. In this case, I can go up and down with my open and close bracket. I want the size of my brush to be just the size of the problem area, these wires going through this image. And I want to make sure that Content Aware is selected. You have these earlier versions of correcting images. Content Aware is right here. Make sure I'm targeting the correct layer. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, I hit my Enter key at this time. If you have a defined path with your path tool created and you hit the Enter key, it will stroke any path you've created with that tool that you have. I go to Paths, I click Away. Amazing. So it's going through and using that path to clean this all up and get rid of the problems. Another great use of Content Aware Fill. You want to see that again. I know you want to see before and after. Just like that. Fantastic capability found here inside of Photoshop CS5. Give these both a try.